Yes. Sri Lanka, the major channel there, that was doing the singing. And now we are ready to make another recording to this cloudy day. My two daughters have gone away riding to the big capital. I don't know. I was told not to tell anyone where they are going. But it is what it is, the big capital. It have been a tormenting period here in Norway. When you are exposing certain lies, you know when they need to lie, when they need to lie is when the truth is very dangerous. Let me talk about a dangerous truth. Let me see if I can type it down so I can see. The dangerous truth. I think this is correct. Dangerous truth. I've been contemplating on this for many days on end. The truth is dangerous. We can see when the truth is out there. When the truth is out there, it's most disturbed. It is most disturbed, my friend. You see now, I had this occasion. Let me begin with my personal experience about the truth. The truth is so hard. And this world is governed by liars, by fake liars, and it is just all a distraction. It's all a distraction. My personal experience is when I was back in those years attending the church, and I thought the church wouldn't lie, the leaders wouldn't lie, and the so-called capital of truth should be firmly understood. The capital, the value of truth should be governed, upheld by leaders in the church. And there were going to be an election of the elders. My dad was at home. So this is not a pretty face of my dad, I have to say, because deceit and liars, they do what they can in order to avoid doing the right thing. So I don't want to pinpoint him as the reason, but some of the reason that it was hard is that this members meeting was about electing someone to be an elder in the church. And what some of this had to do was that this man had been causing division in previous church. Just to be precise, I can't say churches, but the experience that this man had, that the members in other church had, was that this man was splitting the church. So I wanted to step up. I was a young man, around 27 or something, 20 or 30. I don't really pick it out as a very precise, but I have gotten it written. I got it written. And there were attempts in the church by the leaders and the pastor to elect this guy as a elder with a function of leading the church. And since I was so hindered, every block, I said to my previous wife, I'm going to this member church, member meeting, because I want to see what is happening. And maybe I had written something, but I stepped up. And to all this, I think I told my dad, I have to go to this meeting. He didn't really consent it or denied it. But it was something like he made a trap for me not going. So I called someone to be in the house, because I didn't want my wife to be alone with the man that my father was having with him. I didn't want that to happen, that my wife was alone with this man. So I called a lady. Are you going to the church? No, I'm not. Can you be the caretaker of my wife, because it is very important that I go to Bethany in Kongsberg. So that happened. That was okay. So I was released. I could go. I don't want a man to be alone with my wife in that regard. So I went to the church and put up my hand. I have something to say in regard of this potential elder. And I stepped up to the platform and said, this man that is about to be elected, before, it was just before, because there were no conversation or opening for anyone to speak. It was hindered all the way from my home to the platform. And there is, yes, we go to the election and then we finish it. So I said, I have something to say. All the way, how the elders were really struggling to get this man elected. And if the members in the church didn't knew that this man had caused bad stuff in previous church, they should know. So I said something along the line that you should know before you elect this man, that this man have been the cause of division in previous church. So now you know. And I was pushed down from the platform by the pastor. But you can see nepotism and corruption. The church that have leaders that doesn't really mind the truth, so you can know the truth is dangerous, so dangerous that it causes. I had to fight like a lion in order to overcome this defeat. And yesterday I heard an explanation about Jacob and Esau, because Jacob, both his elder brother, twin brother, but he came out first, the birthright, the blessings of Esau. So Jacob had to fight one-on-one with a man that he had to fight with. And of course that was his brother, but it is told in a very very secretly way, because even that shouldn't be obvious. We thought it was an angel, but they explained that intrinsic explanation of this Esau and Jacob was that Jacob had to be an Esau, a fighter, not a heel. He had to be resh, a head, or rosh, as they say. It is very deep and profound truth that if Jacob wanted this blessing, he had to be Esau too. So the truth is very, very, it is so many forces against the truth that you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know before you are there, before you have experienced that kind of a truth, that you are meant to uphold. The truth is a narrow road. The truth is a narrow road. It's hard to break. It's hard to break it. It's really so many counter forces in this spiritual world that is intertwined with this physical world. The truth, the enemies of truth, make all the turmoil that you can have in order to come through with the truth. So my second example is from Israel and Hamas. The truth there is hard to get, because the numbers, now we hear that the number is over 30,000 that is killed. But you see, the devil is in the details. The lies that is covered up. But if you go into details, you will find that Israel is trying to convey the details of how many of whom is killed? Of course, there are casualties of war, and every casualties in war, the aggressor have to bear. That is kind of obvious. Now, it is polar opposite. Now the lies is full blown, full blooming. The lies is so toxicated. The truth is so toxicated. So the fact that Israel is saying different numbers should state the kind of obvious that Hamas that are ruling in Gaza, and no reporter are allowed in there, only local reporters that are faking to be a reporter, yet they were in the attack the 7th of October. You can see how intertwined the terrorists, the press, the media is with the terrorists. How integrated everything is into these lies. Voice of lies. So Israel is stating that the numbers of fallen Hamas soldiers and Islamic Jihad is around 13,000. Some of them are taken captive, and they are going after Hamas. In the Western media, it is the polar opposite. Israel is going after people, civilians. That is the narrative, because if they are not precise with, for example, who is killed by Hamas and Islamic Jihad, they collect it in a bunch and state that 15,000 children are killed. It's a kind of an obvious, clear-cut lie. Everyone should pick it out to be a lie, because it is a kind of a covering that is so naively and amateurly made that if you don't even ask questions about 30,000 people, who is where and what is who, and that is kind of awkward. How cheap the lies are. Now Israel is brought into the International Court of Justice. Israel also is making a path for the food help to come, yet it is denied. It is kind of an obvious denial of that fact. Every news lying media want you to believe. Every organization, Red Cross, here the local is Save the Children, that is straight out lying about the facts. I told them that this is deliberately. This is for you to earn money. And now that Israel say we have to go into Rafah to take out the rest of Hamas, remnants of Hamas. That is what Israel have to do. That is what Israel must do. The stronghold of Hamas is in Rafah. Now, the whole world of organization, justice system, and everything is collected Even America didn't block the agreement in UN to have a ceasefire and in the end, not a war. Yes, to protect that lie that is there. When Israel is finishing the job, if they do, if they are not buying into these traps that people, that organizations are laying for Israel. Now that the most important task of all is to go into Rafah, yet now even the United States, Biden, is hindering, like my father did back in those years. It's sad to say something that about my father, but yet he was my father. It was his choice to be at home with my wife, so I could go. I felt very awkward. I didn't want to make a trap for my wife because she was protecting the children. First the family, then the church. And I was strictly upholding that. It was the same like Biden. Now, Biden, where are you? How can you come to these lies? This politics, that if you turn now on Israel, you will get elected. What a moron you are. What an idiot. What a naive president United States have regarding this trickery president that you can't even depend. Now everyone is appealing. Don't send weapon to Israel. Israel is taking out the worst enemy of times, even worse than the Nazi, Hitler. And it is a conundrum how Germany could come to this state of mind that Hitler were the one that they elected. Now we can see, we can understand that all the lies that is spreading is making the politicians afraid to say something else than all the lies together. So this is how lies are covering up the truth. The truth is so dangerous for people today. I am debating with leftists, the God deniers. It is as if the truth is dangerous for them to admit that God exists. That would be the great fall of leftists. That is a conundrum. Why would a human deny his own creator? Why would a human be preoccupied with denying anything of something that is invincible for the naked eye? Why would a human be in denial of such things? It is as if they want to be on the animal level that doesn't understand a thing, have no cognitive and intellectual capacity to reflect on the questions I have put out here on YouTube. What makes us speak? How can thoughts appear inside us? Are we talking for something from something outside or inside? I am in that belief that we are inspired by something outside that we are connected to, but the leftist is a total denial of any inspiration. The truth is so hard for people to grasp. The truth will set you free, but they don't want. They don't want to be free. It's stated in the Bible. The truth will set you free. Take down the false flags. Take down your false narrative. Take down false of your being. Don't make any false images of yourself. Images is an abomination because it is false. It's making a fixed image is a fixed thing. Like here, it's a fixed thing. I don't oppose fixed things, but it is similar to make a God out of it. Because God is fixed. God can never change. It's a lie if you want to change that something is fixed. Don't make idols. Liars want idols. And the more idols they get, the more fixed they are in themselves with non-advancement, non-continuum, non-development. It will be a fixed state if you worship your own imagination of no good. The media have tried for ages to lie about the creation by conveying evolution. Evolution is in its core a denial of God. I don't deny evolution on some level. I don't, because everything is evolving to something. I'm even evolving myself into something. The time is a critical information that I think people lack to understand. That's why they get everything wrong. Time makes everything in a fixed state. Still it is evolving, appearing and appearing. I try to tap into what the truth is, but I have found that in my activism to free people, that you are liberated by the fact that you can gain empowerment in your life, in your constitution and in your environment. That is what administration, the politicians, are trying to block. They are trying to block every access to that kind of a freedom. Liberation is to find the truth. That was a good last statement for me. Liberation is a good way to find the truth. The truth is the way to liberation. Thank you very much.